It's been a couple of days since I made a video. Friday, the 25th of October 2024. A very warm welcome to the channel. Quite often you do see videos related to how wonderful China is, and then they compare it to the West, for example, how safe China is, and then how dangerous the United States of America is. This is the thing. I can walk around New York City till quite late at night if I stay in the tourist areas. But when it comes to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, I wouldn't actually be out alone, and possibly, definitely in some areas that I didn't know, and you could say off the beaten track or not in the tourist area. What these shills do in China is they go to the tourist areas and say, oh, it's so perfectly safe, it's so clean, the same as any other city. One of them in particular is this guy here, and let's just show what it is, the reality of living in China and what they don't show.
Eat. Eat until your pockets are empty, your stomach's full.
They basically would show, oh, aren't the streets in China so clean? Isn't China such a clean place? It's not always the case.
Thịt ba nó cha phí bọn gì nhiều cành rồi.
Yes, we are nitpicking, but this is just how the people in China put their news onto our social media. That sounds really horrible, but you know what I mean. They're allowed to go onto Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and post this, but we can't go on to, you could say, WeChat, their social media, and say, isn't America great and China is really bad? Let's talk about pollution. They say China is the greenest country in the world, and they have the best green environment, and they're the world leaders in green things. No, they're not. They move on to the education system. Well, let's just have a look between India versus China. There's another guy saying how wonderful the police were, or sorry, how the police are in China. And this is a old policeman, a Bobby, a cop from the United Kingdom, and saying he was in some of the situations related to London in the 1980s, etc. And then says the police in China, wow, they're the best in the world. So much so, they dictate that you can't grow bananas, but you have to grow pineapples, as an example. And if you don't, well, this will happen.
出现了，杨总，我的手机要讲完，老先生，不能拍照啊。
China is such a safe place. You can walk around the streets anytime. But here's a question for you. When you went to kindergarten, did you have armed security, like with an AK-47? And did you have to go through metal detectors? I know in a lot of schools now around the world you do. But do you have the armed police force or armed security, heavily armed, outside your kindergarten? Please do constructively give me advice related to this. Constructive criticism. So often, you know the people who come from, let's say, China, and they would be the anti-Westerners and saying, oh my God, you hate China. I don't hate China. It's just the government I hate, like a lot of people. I would say so many people in China just don't really like, but they can't do anything about it because they have that ironclad control. Jump, and you would say, how high? It's all, as always, on this channel, food for thought. And yes, I am being subjective, but the other channels related to pro-China and how wonderful it is subjective as well. Too subjective make an objective. So you need to have two sides of the story with this. I'm going to leave you with something that has been on YouTube before, but you may not have seen it. And it's some safety videos related to what happens in China. And this is what you could say state media would put out and say, do be careful. God bless to all. Thank you very much for your time. Please do like, subscribe and share if you get to the end of the video. And wherever you are in the world, please do have a awesome, fantastic weekend. Enjoy. Be good to your family and to your loved ones. Bye-bye for now.